Sunshine State, and we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tamu. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the first play of the game. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visiting Bucs who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Tampa. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Vita Vea. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Now Tabu. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some? And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. 2nd and 11.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. He's checking in.
Throwing now is Brady. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Brady. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Big hold of the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Brady. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Brady. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And fights through 1 man. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. From the 30 on second down, Ta'amu. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tabu will look to pass. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's a second down. Brady going to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
From the 38, Ta'amu sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They go play action here on first down. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Going deep this time for Miller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off bunch more plays.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Brady to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Going up top for Miller. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, it's Brady. To the right side, complete to Miller. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Dancing to his left. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He'll buy some time right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ta'amu. That'll be caught by Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you presented, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games, or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. Throwing is Brady on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one, 36 yards. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Christian McCaffrey with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Tamu. Rolling to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Now a dump off here complete, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. To throw, it's Brady. Going deep this time for Miller. And my goodness, another interception.
Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Now Tamu. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That caught by Trimble.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Tamu will look to pass.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it down.
Touchdown! DJ Moore. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ta'amu. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one is over.